imagine you're casting the genre of your own wedding movie. Like, are you starring in this dramatic, sweeping action epic or, a serene pastel fairy tale?
Right, it's a completely different vibe.
Exactly. Welcome to today's deep dive. Our mission for you today is to explore how to successfully use the Weddizer website's niche article section for your venue selection. Honestly, it's an absolute goldmine for finding the best places for wedding events.
It really is. The guidance you get through those niche articles is incredible.
Yeah, and today we're breaking down a specific Weddizer guide that pits two heavyweights of the national park elopement world against each other. We're talking Yosemite versus Banff.
Oh man, two completely different worlds. If you use Weddizer's guides to filter by the pure aesthetic of the location, these two parks basically sit on opposite ends of the cinematic spectrum.
Okay, break that down for us.
Well, Yosemite is your vertical powerhouse, right?
Yeah.
You're dealing with massive granite monoliths and these towering waterfalls at spots like Taft Point and Glacier Point.
Yeah, it's very bold.
Very bold. But Banff is your romantic alpine paradise. It's entirely defined by the pristine, brightly colored waters of places like Lake Louise and Moraine Lake.
So it sounds like choosing between, like, a high-contrast action poster and a soft watercolor painting. But doesn't that aesthetic choice secretly lock in your photography style?
Oh, 100%. The environment completely forces the photographer's hand here. I mean, think about the mechanics of Yosemite.
Okay.
You have these really deep, plunging valleys surrounded by massive cliffs. That geography naturally creates harsh, directional sunlight and incredibly deep, dark shadows.
Which gives you that epic, moody lighting.
Exactly. It naturally bakes that high contrast into every single shot. But Banff operates entirely differently.
Is that because all the water and ice kind of changes how the light behaves?
Spot on. The snow-capped peaks and those massive mirror-like glacial lakes act as giant natural bounce boards.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they catch the sunlight and just diffuse it everywhere, wrapping you in this soft, even pastel-toned light. You literally cannot force a dreamy, airy fairy tale aesthetic when you're clinging to a jagged, high-contrast cliff edge in California.
Right. The landscape decides the aesthetic for you.
It really does.
And because Yosemite is so vertical and massive, there's, well, a serious logistical price to pay just to get your photographer to that cliff edge. According to the Weddizer breakdown, you're looking at a 4 to 5 hour drive from San Francisco or LA.
Plus the punishing peak season traffic in the valley.
Ugh, yeah, exactly. But you do get a wide range of lodging, from rustic tents to comfortable hotels. But Banff, on the other hand, seems shockingly accessible.
Surprisingly so, yeah.
The guide points out it's only an hour and a half from Calgary, with really efficient shuttle systems dropping you right at luxury mountain resorts.
But wait, hold on.
The Weddizer article calls it accessible because of that short 90-minute drive. But for a U.S. couple, we're talking about international flights, passports, customs. Doesn't that completely wipe out any convenience you gained on the highway?
Well, yeah, it's the ultimate trade-off in event planning. Banff demands international logistics for U.S. couples, which adds an undeniable layer of friction before you even arrive.
Right.
But spending 5 hours stuck behind RVs on a 2-lane road in Yosemite isn't exactly a breeze either. And honestly, no matter which border you're on, the bureaucracy is going to find you.
Oh, the permits.
Always the permits. Yosemite mandates a National Park Service special use permit, and Banff requires a Parks Canada permit, plus an Alberta marriage license. The paperwork scales right alongside the scenery.
So since extreme environments complicate the logistics, the Weddizer article notes that timing is really the ultimate tiebreaker.
Oh, timing is everything.
Like, if you want Yosemite's waterfalls roaring at peak flow, you have to aim for spring, specifically April through June. But if you try to book Banff during those same spring months, you are in for a massive shock.
A very cold shock.
Yeah. You actually have to wait until summer, June through September, for those famous turquoise lakes to thaw. So booking Banff in the spring is like showing up to a pool party before they filled the pool. It's literally just ice.
Yeah, and nobody wants to fly internationally to stand in front of a frozen white sheet of ice when they paid for vibrant turquoise.
Exactly.
The underlying lesson from diving into these Weddizer venue selection articles is that a successful elopement requires aligning your creative vision with some pretty harsh logistical realities. You are fundamentally choosing between an imposing domestic adventure in Yosemite
Or an upscale international fairy tale in Banff.
You nailed it.
It really boils down to matching the movie in your head to the actual dirt or ice on the ground.
Mm.
Which leaves us with something interesting for you to ponder as you look at these breathtaking photos online.
Yeah, think about this.
Both of these parks are wildly popular now, and couples are frequently forced to hold their ceremonies at sunrise just to avoid heavy crowds wandering through the background of their intimate moments.
Right.
So is the modern dream of an isolated, quote-unquote, wild nature elopement actually less about communing with nature and more a test of extreme logistical planning?
Hmm.
Maybe the real sweeping epic isn't the backdrop at all, but the fact that you managed to pull it off?